Well, good morning, our beloveds. We now openly disclose who we are because it is time. We are the Hopi Collective. Not many know of us or even care about us, but we are here to represent the rainbow people, those who will transition from the old paradigm to the new by becoming love, by becoming open and accepting, trustworthy, likable, strong, capable, and most importantly, those who allow others to express themselves as they are without judgment or fear or shame or retribution. We want humanity to allow a full expression of self. You cannot figure out who you are individually and collectively until you figure out who you are not. So we encourage you each to step out a little bit in faith. Try things that you haven't tried before. Believe in your capacity to survive novelty. Believe that you have a bigger purpose. We are not asking you to burn down the village or your house. We are simply asking that you trust that inner pull, that there is something bigger out there that is calling you forward. But you can do that without burning down what you currently have. Dedicate 1 hour to it, then maybe 2, then maybe 3 a week to figure out how that feels. Does it feel good or bad, right or wrong for you? And then try something else. Try dancing, jogging, looking at the night sky, traveling a little bit more, new restaurants in town, making new friends. Many of you are going through what we would call the dark night of the soul through the prism of a midlife crisis. And when you burn down what you had to try to build something new, you may find that the remnants and the ashes that you only look at as pinnacles of dirt were actually what you loved and valued, but you needed a little bit of distance from it in order to appreciate it. But once it has burned down to the ground, unless there is a phoenix that will rise from its ashes, it is gone, and you have to build anew. So be mindful as you come into these new atmospheric changes, where we call you forth to become just a slightly better version of you. Not that there's anything wrong with you, but a toddler toddles, and a kindergartner kindergartens, and a 12th grader matriculates. Can you see the difference? You have been growing and evolving your entire life, and there was nothing wrong with you when you were a child, unless you were abused, neglected, or harmed in some way. Then yes, you did shrink. But there's nothing wrong with you at each of those phases. It is the appropriate developmental phase for each aspect. When you look at a young flower or a young tree, you do not begrudge them the flexibility that they have as they bow in the wind. And as they get older and taller and more solid, they are less bending and yielding because they know who and what they are. But it doesn't make one better than the other. We simply ask you to invite in the growth that your soul, or just you, that aspect of you that has dreams, desires. Finding you right now means stepping outside of your comfort zone and trying new things, trying them on to see how they fit, and then incorporating that into your life. Make small changes. When a river is dammed up and has to find a completely new course, it's oftentimes incredibly destructive. Think of a canyon where the rocks fall down and completely dam that up. It is not a healthy way to build something new. It is better if it's just a single large rock that falls in, where the river has to divert a little bit, but doesn't need to destroy everything around it in order to find a new path. And for those of you who have destroyed everything, well, you did burn it to the ground, and you do begrudge the changes that were forced into your life because of the choices that you made. For you, we ask one simple thing, that you ask us for a miracle. Now, you may not like what the miracle looks like, how it unfolds, or even why it unfolds. But if you ask us for a miracle and then let go and let God, if you will, you too may find a trust in the eternal, everlasting nature of the universe that you didn't have before, because it is only within the miracles that you too begin to believe that there is something bigger outside of you orchestrating this thing called your life. We know what our mission is, and we also know what your soul's mission is, and we shall more lovingly invite you in these days, telling you who we are, why we are here, and what we hope to achieve. Because, as many of you know, intention is all that matters. And when you set the intention out there and notify others of that intention, of your goals and wishes, that is where the power lies. That is where the magic lies. And that, most importantly, is where the mystery lies. So we would invite all of you in to ask for this magical happenstance to continue to unfold. And for those of you who do need the miracles, ask for them. It doesn't make you weak or pathetic. It just means that you are acknowledging that you are asking for the divine to come in to fix what you broke when you didn't know what you were doing, because you were so stuck in your trauma that you made poor choices and you set the entire village on fire. And now you miss your entire community. We can bring magic back into your life, but you too must surrender. And so it is. Namaste.